Bay stuns Tivoli, Harbour troubles deepens, and Portmore whip the Lions. But we start one place and one place only, and that's with the return of the king in Arnett Gardens. Welcome to the Match Week 13 review show. Welcome back to Jamaica Fun, and we're looking at Match Week 13 that happened in the midweek, and lots of blowouts in this week. A lot of good away performances. But we're going to start quickly with one team, one of the few teams that won at home, and that was Arnett Gardens when they faced the newcomers Treasure Beach at the Anthony Spalding Complex. This game was my most anticipated match of the round, and not because it necessarily is the best matchup on paper, but because all of the uncertainties and drama and everything that's going on with Arnett, they're basically just a blockbuster show at the moment. They're playing well, but at the same time, they lost one of their best players to Africa, while at the same time saw one of their legends return in Fabian Reid. Also, there are little bits of, whispers and rumors going about that the players are a bit disgruntled as their pay has been cut or lessened or their lack of bonuses. Again, I don't have the full official information on that, but they state those as rumors for now. But they welcome Treasure Beach, who themselves are finding the league much tougher than they seemed in the beginning. They've been scoreless in the last two matches and now find themselves coming to Arnett now, who are smarting from their last defeat to Portmore. How did it turn out? Well, honestly, control every single part of this game from start to finish. Yeah, Treasure Beach put up some resistance, as Arnett couldn't necessarily break them down until the second half, where they got a breakthrough from the main man, Fabian Reid, on his return, who find himself with a nice header in the 6-yard box to give them the lead. Well, from there, it was even more straightforward that Arnett was going to take it. I was really honestly trying to remember if Treasure Beach even managed any shots or any trouble to the keeper in Arnett, but they doubled up their lead with Kilson in the 61st minute and basically wrap up the game from there. Easy peasy for Arnett, really, who probably felt they needed to respond well after the disappointing loss in Portmore last week. As for Treasure Beach, it's looking sticky and stickier for them. They've been clawed back into the relegation dogfight big time, and this is now 3 games or 4 games on the bounce where they have not picked up any points. Even more worrisome for them is that they're not scoring. The once fearless Treasure Beach, who really was playing without fear in the beginning and playing free-flowing football, or at least scoring, I've now seen that dried up as teams seem to have figured them out. Or the fears kicked in the closer they've got to relegation. So now they're in a bit of trouble and they have to try to regain confidence from somewhere. While Arnett is looking like the class team we expect despite all what's going on, and Fabian Reid returning is a big bonus for their title chances. So anyway, how was the stats for the game? Alright, so Arnett, as I said, dominated in total shots. They had 19 overall compared to Treasure Beach 5, while at the shots on goal, Arnett had 6 compared to Treasure Beach 1. 10 corners to Arnett compared to 2 to Treasure Beach, and 2 yellow card apiece. So yep, basically, routine victory for Arnett, who must take these points, especially at home against the smaller teams, to try and do their best to get into that top 2 spot. While Treasure Beach, they have to find a way to get back into goal scoring form and get themselves away from the relegation. Molynes picking up form came at the worst time for them when they're dropping form, and they're really on the verge of going down if things stand. But Treasure Beach, I still like how they played in the beginning. I still think they have the ability. They just need to get that confidence back. Anyway, the final result stands again, Arnett 2, Treasure Beach 0. Which game we're going on to next? We're going to the battle at St. Anne. Lime, the other newcomer that are in trouble, were technically hosting Mount Pleasant, their Traxall counterparts here at this Traxall Sports Complex. Mount Pleasant, who were having a blip, saw themselves back to winning ways last week, must be seen this as their best chance to get a run of consecutive victories again. Really run out at Lime this time and run out to 4-1 victors. Funny enough, Lime got the lead first in the 14th minute, but saw a response from Daniel Green again, who's picking up the slack, who equalized in the 18th minute. We saw another goal in the first half that gave them a 2-1 lead, and they hold their own from there before Lime pushing for the equalizer in the second half, and I must give them credit for fighting. Saw 2 more goals go unanswered to give Mount Pleasant 4-1 in this one. But what does the stats say? Does the stats reflect if this was a bit of an easy game for Mount Pleasant? Well, total shots by Lime was only 2 compared to 21 for Mount Pleasant. 2 shots on target for Lime compared to 7 for Mount Pleasant. 10 cards for Mount Pleasant, and then 3 yellow cards for Lime compared to 1 for Mount Pleasant. So, yeah, man, it seems that Mount Pleasant deserved the victory, obviously, based on this stats, where they were in complete control and pepper Lime, who once again seen their attack looking so anemic. But what's probably a bit concerning for Tappan and his rest of the coaching staff is that once again they have managed 20-odd shots, but only few of them on target. And even though they got 4 in the end, last 2 came towards the end of the match. So they need to make better conversions on their shots to goals. So that's an area they need to work on. But it's good to see Daniel Green finding the form back in the league. So maybe more and more Daniel Green get back his feet into the local system, the more and more those conversions will be better. As for Libel, their issue is clear as day. Them cannot score, although they scored today, but their attack is lackluster, and then I don't know where they're going to do to find a way out of this trouble. Well, the transfer market is open, so they have to be searching desperately for some attackers for see any chance they can get out of the relegation fight. But again, it ended Lime 1, Mount Pleasant 4. Alright, we'll go to Lion in Clarendon hosting Portmore United. Portmore now, and I feel this was underrated, the result against Arnett when they blanked them 2-0 in the weekend. You know, visiting the Lions, who also lost their last match. Remember again, Lion got a new management, so they were looking to try get into that top 6 back, while Portmore was looking to cement their top 2 place. Well, how did it go? Portmore destroyed Lion. It was a complete shellacking by Portmore, with Rule of Austin of all people starting the scoring. Then a brace from Walsh and a goal from Asaya. Andre Vanzi is the one that replied for Lion, but it very little too late in that match. Portmore was easy victors, and the simple stats back that up. Alright, Lion had 7 total shots compared to Portmore's 18. Lion also had 4 shots on goal compared to Portmore 9. 5 corners to 6 and 1 yellow card apiece. Yeah, Lion, and to be honest, here's the issue I find so far is that they have a new coach in the helm, but in the first 3 matches under the new regime, I don't necessarily see no major changes in how they play and their play style. Yeah, they picked up the first victory in their first game in the charge, but these last 2 matches showing the same old trouble they're having, especially against the bigger teams. Of course, I look forward to hearing what Fresh God has to say on its team, but I would like to know if he sees any changes since the new coaches has been in place. Of course, it's never easy for a new coaching staff to just completely take over and make over the team into their own image, and it may take some time, but I get the impression that these raffle changes they made was to ensure that they make it to the top 6 come the end of the season. So time is running out. While Portmore is looking more and more imperious, looking like they're the class, more and more the class of the league. They always had a good defense, so to see Walsh again leading the way in terms of goal scoring, them looking like them going to definitely secure one of the top 2 spots and to be a force to reckon with in the playoffs. Anyway, it finished Lion 1, Portmore 4. We'll go to next. We'll go to the next Clarendon team, Vere, hosting Dunbeholden. Well, Vere did get a nice win on the road against Treasure Beach last time out, while Dunbeholden, who was on great form, got unstuck by Cavalier, but they lose 1-0. So it's a team of both teams coming off a victory. So how did it went? Well, Dunbeholden got back to winning ways with a 2-1 win on the road to Vere. And it was an impressive win to go to Vere and win, where Vere, find it tough, but they did battle well in this game to try and hold them ground, and they did score first in the 49th minute before Dunbeholden responded in the 54th and the 62nd minute to win out 2-1. Dunbeholden been playing very well ever since schoolboy football has come to an end, and even though they lost the last game against Cavalier, the performance was still good, So, I'm quite sure their confidence were still high and ready for this game. While Vere, this result reflects how the season has been. Very up and down, and is what you expect from a team that is in the middle tables. But if they want to make sure they're there in the top 6, they have to find a way to stop drop points at home. Anyway, all the stats. Alright, so Vere only had 3 total shots overall in the entire match compared to Dunbeholden 8. They also had 3 shots on target compared to Dunbeholden 3. 7 corners to 5, 2 yellow cards to 1. Yeah, more and more you see these stats from when Dunbeholden play, they kind of reflect a certain pattern. Dunbeholden like to hold the ball and suffocate their teams in possession. And it's coming clear that is the mold and style of Lenny Hyde. So, it worked here it seems. And even though they only managed 3 shots on target, it was enough to get them the victory. While Vere, as usual, regroup and they have to go again. And they just have to try to seek some consistency if they want to make playoffs. So a good win again for Dunbeholden. They moved up the table smoothly. And we'll see how they do in the next match. Again, it finishes Vere 1, Dunbeholden 2. Then we move on to the shock of the round, really. Right? Tivoli was playing Montego Bay United. Mobe on the travels here against a good informed Tivoli attack. Montego Bay, who'd been struggling all season on the road, somehow, some way, find a way to run out 2-1 winners over Tivoli. Tivoli actually scored first in the 48th minute before Montego Bay replied in the second half and in the 56th and 67th minute. So this was a game of 2 halves, if to my understanding. Tivoli was very much in control in the first half, where Montego Bay came out the second half roaring and got their victory out of it. Tough break for Tivoli, who was trying to keep pace in the top 2, top 3 race, while Montego Bay, big, confident booster this is, after, they're not been doing so well on the road, and to beat a side as good as Tivoli should do wonders for their confidence. What does the stats say? Alright, Tivoli has actually had 14 shots compared to 7 in Montego Bay total, and I can tell you most of that was in the first half. Tivoli also had 9 shots on goal compared to 3 by Montego Bay United. Yeah, the age-old question here of conversion, right? Only 3 shots on target by Mobe, but they scored 2 out of it. And sometimes that's all you need. The more efficient you are, the better. So yeah, good win for Montego Bay. Needed that to boost them wins on the road if they want to make the top 6. While Tivoli, this is the second time they get shocked by a lesser team when Vere beat them early in the season. It was always a blip. But to see this happen again, you could probably see the writing was on the wall after their performance last week, that it wasn't all that fluent despite them getting the win. But this one here is probably going to hurt Jerry a bit, and they're going to regroup on the training ground before the next match. But again, it finished Tivoli 1, Montego Bay United 2. Alright, we'll go to next. Go to Harbour versus Waterhouse. This was another match I was eager to see. Harbour, we've been talking a lot lately about the chance of getting relegated, and a lot of people who are big JPL fans scoff at the idea of Harbour being relegated. They just can't see it happening. While Waterhouse is a team, as I said, that's desperate for consistency. They definitely they play good one week, play bad one week, play ordinary. And I always stated, and I started to beat this horse, if Andre Fletcher has a good game, Waterhouse tend to have a good game. And so said, so done, as he opened the scoring in this one in the 42nd minute before Harvey replied in the second half in the 48th minute. But the main guy for Waterhouse, Javier Bryan, stepped up and found the winner in the 57th minute and saw Waterhouse home. Tough loss for Harbour again, who seem to struggle and can't find it a good consistent 90 minutes to try to get a victory. While Waterhouse also having normally inconsistent 90 minutes, did enough this time to keep them ahead and get a good win to help them propel them towards that top 6. What were the stats like? Alright, Harbour only has 6 total shots compared to 24. Here people, I say it again, 24 total shots by Waterhouse. Get this stat again, 1 shot on target by Harbour compared to 12 by Waterhouse. 9 corners to Waterhouse compared to 2 for Harbour. So yeah man, Waterhouse was full value for them victory here. And they probably, they really take the game to Harbour. And this is the type of Waterhouse I like seeing, I'm used to seeing, and want to see more often. Again, it seems that Fletcher, the likes of Fletcher, De Niro, and Bryan are finally in sync. and it seems that the confidence is flowing. Again, we hope they keep consistent in their next matches coming up. While Harbour, again, they are scoring, but that defense is leaking goals left, right, and center. And if they have any chance to not even stave off relegation, it has to be shoring up the defense. So, of course, the good news is that we're in the January transfer market, and I think that's the area they need to strengthen the most. But they were scoring on. I think that attack is fine, but that defense really needs some work. While Waterhouse, another impressive win, another one to keep them in the top 6 or around about in the top 6, and them just need to keep it consistent. So again, it finished Harbour 1, Waterhouse 2. The final game now, and to another team that's fighting relegation, Molynes United played at the Anthony Spalding Complex against Cavalier. I will say this, Cavalier, look out for Cavalier. It seems that all their main players are back, healthy and fit, and them surging up the table. They blanked Molynes here 3-0. That guy again, Jamal Calvin, scoring in the 34th minute before they wrap up the game in the second half in the 82nd minute by Allen, and then Thomas. You remember Thomas? It's been a while. He scored in the 83rd minute. So Molynes, I saw them live last week, and I saw them a bit here in this game. They have good, decent build-up play, but want to reach in the opposition box is like them just lose them way. But you know, the fact that Nelson got a red card in the second minute didn't help, because they were in the game somewhat when it was 1-0, but after that red card, all hopes were dashed, and Cavalier finished him off, as they should, ruthlessly. All the stats are like 5 total shots in the entire game for Molynes compared to 24 by Cavalier. 3 were on target by Molynes compared to the 11 by Cavalier. So yeah, Cavalier full value for the win, full dominance, right? Molynes showed bare bits and pieces of fight here and there, but nowhere near the class of Cavalier on the day. So another good victory, and it's another representation where Cavalier feel like they're running out in form, and a signal that their best players are coming back, and the rest of the league should look out. While Molynes, I think they can write this off, say, you know, the better team won on the day. Clearly Cavalier are one of the best sides in the league, and they need to just look forward to those relegation 6-pointers to win to get away from relegation. So the likes of Harbour, Treasure Beach, and Lime Hall, beat those teams and you should be out of relegation somewhat. Again, it finishes Molynes 0, Cavalier 3. Yeah, people. So that was match week 13, the halfway point. And it is clear now that you started to see the big boys separating themselves from the rest of the pack. The likes of more Pleasant, Portmore, Arnett, and even Cavalier are starting to show you some consistent forms. What is more intriguing to me is the relegation battle. It seems none of the teams at the bottom 4 want to put a consistent performance together to get themselves out of it. Alright people, but let's look forward to the other matches. There will be no match week per se come this weekend, but we still have 2 matches to play Sunday. Right? These are the makeup matches for Cavalier and Harbour. So I have a big match going actually at Sabina Park at 5 p.m. Cavalier are going to play against Arnett. Big match that, you know. So right, so if you can make it out to Sabina, do it. So it should be an entertaining one. The other match is also a big match, especially in terms of relegation. Treasure Beach are going to host Harbour at State at 3 p.m. This has to be Harbour and Lolo Bullard. Best chance now. Forget some victory. This is a big relegation 6-pointer. It's hard to say Harbour for say that, you know, but it is. They have to look on that match and say, yo, we're going to win. Likewise for Treasure Beach, who want to score in some time, but they have to look at a match at home against the struggling Harbour, against that defense of Harbour. They have to look on this as a win. Yeah, see this as a high scoring win, draw this time, people. I'm not going to lie. You see this as a high scoring, could have been 3-3. But, you know, Treasure Beach has struggle with the attack, while Harbour has struggle with defense. But anyway, big match between Treasure Beach and Harbour. Again, the 2 teams are in play again Wednesday. Cavalier travel to Humble Lion at Stadium East on Wednesday. That's January 10 now. And then Dunbeholden will visit they will meet Harbour at Stadium East as well in the second game. So yeah, Humble Lion have 2 chances here, but we feel that Treasure Beach is the bigger of the 2. While Cavalier have 2 good chances now for rock up straight to the top 3. So good matches coming between the rescheduled 7 and 8 matches here. And the best thing about this is that before the next full round of games, everybody should be on par in terms of match played. So we get a true understanding of the standings before next matches. So yeah, guys, another fun weekend of matches coming up. Well, there's only 2, so we look forward to them. Again, that's it here from us here for this Match Week 30 review show. Thanks again for all the people who stick around and been following JamPL fans so far. I welcome any newcomers to like and subscribe and follow as well. And we hope to, as I said, every match week we'll have the review show for you guys. So that's it here. Again, for anything on the Jamaican Premier League, you're already at the right place. JamPL fan. Big up again.